Hello, everyone. This is Moon Goddess 777 coming at you on this early Wednesday morning. Happy full moon in Aquarius. Y'all, this is some energy that we're dealing with now. This is the energy where it's been the Venus retrograde where you revisiting them difficult relationships that might have triggered you, the two of spades, having to work with difficult people and not being able to run from yourself. Just more shadow work if you've been doing that, and more healing. And if you ain't been doing it, you're being forced to do it. You might be meeting yourself and a mate, and you got to deal with it. So it's just a time of working on self and trying to elevate out of this 3D, what we've been into, this animalistic state, not knowing who we are. And we remembering who we are and what we come here to do. And if you're not doing it voluntarily, it's bad to be forced to do it. Yeah, this energy been kicking my butt too. It has. I ain't gonna front, but I've been busy. I've been doing some teaching, not on YouTube, but I've been doing it in the community and practicing what I'm preaching, and trying to do my yacht's temple support. Thank you for the supporters, and thank you for the people that are helping out and volunteering. Like I said, I gotta put some stuff on another other channel. I got a channel coming up with my yacht simple where I'm adding the stuff that we've been doing in the community, so y'all can actually see. I'm very transparent. And happy Leo season. I still got my cancer. I got a cancer placement, so I still got my cancer screen up with it going in and out with this green screen or whatever. Yeah, whatever. But I'm just happy to be back, and I'm up here. I'm about to stream ChhaviZaine, the Terror Investigator, because this message I've been trying to get it out. But like I said, I've been balancing out these energies and working on myself. This energy been kicking my butt too. Um, I don't get up here and I look at some of that. I look at a diversity of stuff on YouTube. I look at the black ghetto sector and I try to tell these people the truth, and I try to do it in love. But you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. With my degree, what I have majored in, and what I have come full circle to be called to do, I observe our behaviors as a people, and I try to help the community and myself and better us. You know what I'm saying? As a collective, I wouldn't dare get up here and drag and do all that and go back and forth and roast these people because I'm about healing, essential, unconditional love. If you can work together, good. If you can't, if that's your karma, then you gotta love them from a distance. I'm not about all that, but I'm about telling people how I feel. I'm gonna try to tell them in love and compassion because I know, in times past, I do realize my words can be a little cutting edge, but I try to do it more so now with, a little more compassion and stuff. 'Cause that's how I grew up. I grew up with straight up tough love people, women and stuff that didn't really say nice things to you in a loving way. But when I think about it now, some of that stuff that was saying was true. A lot of that stuff that was saying was true. So excuse me. Mm, excuse me. I've been eating good today. I mean, sometimes I be fasting and stuff, trying to balance out these chakras and control it. But I ate good today. I ain't lying. I cooked me something and then I ordered something. But I did. The only reason I cooked it because I know the restaurant couldn't make it as good as I did. So I had to make it myself. And I might have made it too good. But I'm glad y'all could see me and see my complexion. Cause the last time I was up here seeing like that I was on camera, it didn't do me justice. I had on the wrong lighting, the wrong colors and all that. So I'm just glad you can really see me. I was up a little higher. I did this. I did this live before, and y'all, I thank you for us getting to who it need to get to. Thank you for the replay game, for the people that come back and watch this and support this channel. I thank y'all for all the support from the last stream I did. I might gotta do another one of them, but this is something that needs to get out, and so I'm gonna go ahead and play it and everything so y'all can get this message on. Because we all are the collective, and a lot of us, if we ain't been through this, a lot of us have, and we know somebody. It's a part of our community, and it needs to stop. So What I gotta do? I gotta share. And I done did this. I had to restart it because I was all in the 3D, messing around with it, messing around with this trying to whatever. Tell somebody else.
To have a very raw and open discussion with you all. Now, this might be a trigger for some of you, so if it is, I do suggest that you come back when you're ready to listen to this type of message, okay? But please be sure to like and subscribe if you find that this is helpful in any way for you. Pass it on to someone who might need it. I want to talk to you all about the elephant in the room in the melanated community, okay? Now, I'll talk to you all about my own personal testimony. I did bring this forward about a year ago because the Most High showed me that I needed to openly speak my truth in order to heal. It was for my healing process. So I did end up taking the message down after I kept it up for a while. But I want to come back to this because it's a very important topic, okay? We want to talk about the molestation that happens in the melanated community. Now, me personally, I was molested, okay, by a very close family member. It was actually my father, okay, when I was a teenager. And this went on for about 1.5 years of my life. Now, when this happened, I left his home and I ended up talking to family members about this, right? This is a very common theme. It happens too often in our community. I spoke to family members about it. I told them what happened. I told quite a few family members what happened. You can pretty much say that all of my family is aware of what this person did to me, right? And so moving on down the line, of course, there's no, this person never got arrested. They never went to jail because I never reported it. I guess I didn't report it in a timely fashion when I was at that age, right? So I guess a certain amount of time passes and, you can't really send that person to jail. But the system did not do anything. But you would at least expect that family would step in. Now let's just look at a scenario here. If someone that you did not know raped your daughter, would you be friends with that person who actually raped your child? How would you feel if your sister became friends with the rapist of your child? Or your father or your mother became friends with the rapist of your child? You would not deal with them, right? Because you would look at them as being the enemy just as much as the person who actually violated your child. But see, in the melanated community, one of the biggest issues is that these sexual traumas happen to people. You come out, you tell your truth, but then family decides to brush it up underneath the rug, and they actually end up giving the person, the violator, praise and more of their love and attention than they do the victim. And this is why so many people end up just being silent about what happened to them. But not only that, this is why so many people end up in trauma bonding relationships, because you come to a realization that even in your most vulnerable moment in life, okay, let's just say it happened to you as a child and you spoke out about it in your childhood, but nothing was done, okay? No one called the police. No one whooped that person's ass because it's well-deserved, right? Everyone still remained close to that person. Matter of fact, they got even closer to the person. And here you are having to try to get in where you fit in because you're afraid of being alone. You're afraid of having no one. If you decide to pull away from the person who traumatized you or victimized you, then it's like, okay, but your sister still deals with that person. Your brother still deals with that person. Your aunts, your uncles, everybody still deals with the person the victim that violated you. And so you end up realizing that, okay, well, that means I have to walk this journey alone then, right? Because no one in their right mind would remain friends with a total stranger who raped their child. But for some reason, in the melanated community, it's acceptable for family to remain close to the person who violated, not just you, but a lot of times that's when things come out about the truth about how that person has violated others. But everybody is still close to this person. Everybody still calls this person and gives praise to this person. And you come to the realization that you're just surrounded by a whole bunch of very sick people. And then they look at you as if you are the one who's wrong because, oh, that happened years ago. Let's forgive and forget. That happened years ago. Oh, that person, they might have changed. What changed them? What sparked the change within that person? Because no one has stood up. No one has spoken out. No one has said, okay, we have to remove ourselves from you off the strength that this is the energy that you carry. No one does that. And so because it happens from one generation to the next, it's so many people with this story. It's ridiculous. And this is why I'm coming out speaking this truth, because it's an uncomfortable topic that needs to be discussed. We can't just keep on ignoring these types of things, realizing that this is a part of generational cycles. This is a part of generational curses that was placed over our lineage. And too often we just end up saying, okay, well, that person is grown now. And so, yeah, that happened a long time ago. Uncle Jimmy, he's good people outside of, being a pedophile.
Yeah, why do our people do this stuff? Like it's been so many, so many children that this is. I thought this just happened like where I grew up, but this is like worldwide, going on everywhere. This is happening all y'all. This gotta stop. And we wonder why these kids. We don't fail these children. They don't fail us. This mess been passed down. Like she said, this is a curse. Anybody that got any solutions, and if it's too radical, then hit my inbox. MG Mayat's Temple of Healing and Unconditional Love. Mayat's Temple 777 at gmail.com. So we can that's what I'm about. I'm not about all this arguing and roasting, and I did that when I was in high school. Even what I'm saying, I did that shit in my early age. All that trying to roast me in and trying to fuss and compete. No, I ain't with that. I'm trying to find a solution so we can better this stuff in society. I don't even care nobody. I know people don't want to look at stuff like this because this the work. This is talking about doing some work. It ain't about the uh, love and hip hop and who cheating on who and this and that. You say soon as you say somebody to download this or somebody exposing yourself about the nigga been with the man and he come back. It's a whole lot of it's like y'all wanna know what's y'all like that live reality, but this is live reality, y'all. This is messing all of us up. In the future, children is at risk for this mess. We don't want them to go through that mess of being messed with by their mama, their daddy, their cousin, the aunt, the uncle, the pastor, the friend of the family, hell, the whatever. Come on, y'all. This ain't right. And we wonder why these people messed up, running around here. Now they don't know where they want to be. They think they winning, walking around here with men parts, and just cause they put on a wig and stuff, they want to be. They don't. They mad with women, and they mad with their mama. The daddy get a pass, and oh my God, we have failed each other. We have failed y'all. Listen, we are our brothers and sisters. We gotta figure this out. We have got to stand up. Where are the righteous? Where are the elect? I'm calling out for help. We gotta come together and figure out if we gotta put the watchers in the neighborhoods and stuff, and somebody stay up all night and watch these kids, or stay with the daughter, or something. These people coming in dating these people, and they want the children. They don't want the woman. They pretend like they want that woman, but they want to get. The goal has always been the agenda, y'all. I'm telling y'all, is the even Valentine's Day represent the greatest love is between a man and a boy. They want the children. That's why they want to get close in the bathroom and stuff like that. And to the women, it's always been to destroy the women and get to the children. And y'all, we not got we don't know we ain't going within and discerning. We gotta fight spiritually. It might come down to physical, but this is a spiritual, psychological the battle won. But y'all, we gotta do. We can't just sit dormant and be complacent. We have got to be discerning and wise and walk in the spirit. It's time to stand up and protect each other, protect each children. Y'all, we ain't got to keep being these type of people. Well, we just let anything go because somebody give us some money or they got some kind of title or they can help us out. We just selling our children out like that. For a man, a woman, or anybody, your sister, your brother, it's not right. It's not worth it. These children should be listened to when they telling you that they being abused and stuff. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. It's time. We don't fail this generation. They don't fail us. So many generations don't fail the other generation because this has been passed. This curse has to be broken now. It's no better time than now, y'all. This is time for. We are in an energy of Pluto's return, Cat and Capricorn, where America was the transformation of America. It's the time for another one. It's time for this. It's time for it to be destroyed so it can be rebuilt into the golden age. We can't go on like this. It's happening whether you got money, whether you poor, whether you. This ain't even about. They say it happened in the port home. It's happening in the home where the people got money. They exploiting their children. What is going? I believe these people agents. Y'all, I believe they signed contracts before that we came into this life. I really believe it. I believe it. Yeah, to destroy these children, and cause these adults grow up after this stuff happening, they still be messed up. You gotta sit here and counsel these people to keep them from taking their life. They want to take their life, even now. Yeah, cause I counsel people right now. They out here strung out. They out here walking around here letting people use their bodies up and full of drugs and full of disease and just out here heartbroken and stuff like that. Just walking dead because they done been messed with and they ain't went to themselves. This is they shame. They feel like nothing. Their self worth is gone, y'all. What kind of people is this? Like I don't want to come back to this shit too ghetto. I don't want to come back here and deal with this 3D animalistic mess. No, I don't. I can't. I'm tired. I don't want to deal with this dimension, this lower level like this. This don't make no sense. This mess can't be real. It can't be real. And even though it's not real, we still have to. Although we are an assimilation, we being projected. You still gotta do what's right. Sometimes you might gotta not talk to your people no more for to do the right thing. You might gotta not have your mama on your team. You might gotta not have your daddy on your team. Your husband or wife might turn it back. It's time to stand up, man, for something. Or you will fall for anything. Come on, they say I'm gonna read the statistics. Cause I know this. I know they don't want this to need to do this. Cause I did it and I got distracted and it was on me. You know, I let the I got distracted. But look, they said for every black woman who reports great rape, at least 15 women do not report. And they say 35% of black women experience some form of contact sexual violence during their lifetime. 40 to 60% of black women report being subjected to, or coerced sexual contact by age 18. Coercive, was somebody done influenced them. Before 18, that's pretty young. That means they was in the home getting this shit done. So, it says 1 in 4 black girls will be sexually abused before the age of 18. This is not me. This is because y'all don't want to listen to no sister. Y'all want to listen to them statistics and them numbers and white folks and stuff. Y'all want to listen to me. Y'all think I'm up just up here in emotion talking. No, these are the numbers. These are people that actually research. This is the National Center on Violence Against Women in the Black Community, and they got a website. It's Ujima slash the slash women slash violence, and it's UJIMA slash women's and violence. It's the National Center on Violence Against Women in the Black Community. And they saying these girls, where's it at? About the 12-year-old girls. It says among students, is it one? No, that's 11% of black girls in a national high school sample reported that they getting raped from the high school to the home too. 40% of confirmed sex trafficking survivors in the U.S. are black, and 17% of black women experience sexual violence other than rape by intimate partner during their life. So they not just, so they go from being abused in the sea. That's a curse. They go from being abused in the home to being abused by their partner. A lot of them, a big percentage, 17%. That's big. They said ain't that many black people like that. And what that thing is about them little girls? 12, they saying a 12-year-old black look. That's the thing about a 12-year-old girl. They read this before. I done. What is that about a 12-year-old? 30% of black women with documented histories of child 30% of black women with documented histories of childhood sexual abuse were sexually assaulted in adulthood. So if you they saying it they like she said the trauma bond that they're attracting people that over and over again to do the same thing to them that happened to them in childhood. They reliving a nightmare. So they saying that because of the African Americans' unique history of racist and sexist victimization, the black community has an even harder time than others dealing with rape. This prevents survivors from getting help in our community from addressing the issue effectively. And yeah, our community don't even address it. And it says the 12-year-old girls are being abused too. How a 12-year-old, how 12-year-olds being abused and raped and stuff, that's happening in the home. And you know if it's happening to the girls, it's happening to the boys. So that explains it. I counsel men that tell me they were essayed by their own daddies, biological fathers, and stuff like that. So this is a mess, and they don't confused about their sexuality. I ain't saying that all of them that's the reason, but a lot of these people that's on the down low and in that lifestyle is because they say they didn't have a choice, and they done got assaulted by the time they were just little 3-year-old boys. They were met the parents and the uncles and the brothers and stuff were messing with them. I just seen this boy in Atlanta as homeless. He said his brother, 9-year-old brother, was messing with him when he was 7, and he always thought that was his boyfriend. What in the hell? And the reason the brother was doing it because he had been assaulted. What we got going on? What kind? That's why they be sociopaths and serial killers and psychos and stuff like that. They, I mean, and then we wonder like, well, these kids are so bad,
right? Accountability is very important in order for change to happen. And it begins with those of us who have been violated speaking out our truth, telling the truth about how you really feel, not just about the person that violated you, but about the people who continue to maintain close relationships with the violator. This is happening far too often, okay? And it's not about being a victim. This is about speaking out for those who are future victims, right? It's too many children who are growing up now who are currently, as we speak, being molested by people that are in their families. It's happening as we speak to hundreds of thousands of people in the melanated community. And they will grow up to say, well, yeah, aunt so-and-so told me that that person did that to them too, but they're still good friends. And so they start to think they start to embed in their mind that it's okay. And then they end up in situations, in very unhealthy relationships, unhealthy friendships, unhealthy work situations where they just take it and they allow themselves to be violated even further in other areas of their life. Because why? Because when they needed to be supported during one of the most serious and traumatizing violations, no one was there. And that was my story. You see what I'm saying? I ended up in a very trauma bonding marriage. And what actually I ended up having, because I had pulled away from the family member that molested me for years. Okay. I understood that I had to disconnect. But for many years, I actually maintained a connection with this person even after they violated me. But it wasn't until I became an adult And if, later on in my adult life, I said, you know what, I can't have a relationship with this person because it feels too strange. It feels too off. It doesn't feel right. Okay. When I ended up in a very unhealthy marriage, it was when one day I was I was beat up really badly by that person, right? My face was unrecognizable, completely swollen on one side. And it was late at night. I had all of my children and I had no one to call. I had to call the police because I had to go to the hospital to have my.
And I am a survivor of domestic violence too. So, hey, and I'm grateful. I still look at her. Look how the goddess, the big mama and righteous father and the ancestors will heal you and restore you. Look at her. Look at me. Look at my skin. I know on the last live I probably looked darker and all that because I didn't have the right light in there. I didn't have on the right stuff. But I mean, this is my color skin color. I'm grateful. I mean, you can, I mean, years have been restored back, and I'm aging in reverse because of the things I'm doing, and the way I'm healing on the inside is showing on the outside, and I'm healing from a lot of things, and ascending and facing myself, taking accountability. It's not easy, but it's possible. I said I'm aging. Look at her. Look how beautiful and shiny. And I uplift my beautiful. I uplift all my women, even the ones that. Even I was telling somebody today, we are one. Even the ones that's out there doing the drugs and in the streets, and they may not be living like we, society think they should. Those are still my sisters. Those men is still my brother. If I can help them without hurting myself, because I have to. Excuse me, y'all. I've been eating good today. I ain't even gonna lie. I've been fast. I be fasting. I do. I be trying to discipline this fast, but I've been fasting and trying to work on myself. And we in a time of, I'm gonna get back to the subject. And this energy is working and not running from stuff. And going into the unknown. This just us as a collective too. Me facing myself and dealing in relationships that I normally would have run from, and having to work on me and go back and assess have I grown and stuff like that. And cutting off the things I need to cut off, cutting off things, not just in relationships. It's karmic bonds and stuff like that. That ain't serving me. That's not my conditional unconditional love drive. I ain't got to deal with some stuff. I don't have to. I don't have to deal with some stuff, and I don't have to deal with some people. I don't care what blood they is. I don't. I ain't. It's in that 3D. It's beneath me. I'm not at that level no more. I'm not that person. I know who I am now, y'all. I know who I am. I don't gotta go through that crazy mess. I ain't with it. I'm not with all that 3D animalistic patriarchy bullshit mess. I'm just not. But like I said, it's me that I be working a battling now. That ego that wanna pop back up, and I gotta be like, no, no, sit down. Like you're not taking me back there. We not doing that. Like I done came too far through this fucking Potter's house of being broken down and put back together, that alchemical process where I'm trying to turn this shit into gold and bring out Horus in me. You not about to take me back to that bullshit way of me just having to take 1,000 steps back. No, I done came. Look, I be about to sing that song. I just can't give up now. I come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy, but I don't believe she brought me this far. I don't believe he brought me this far. I don't believe they brought me this far to leave me. You know what I'm saying? I gotta put the masculine and the feminine. I'm saying they. I'm talking about the elements and the masculine and feminine energies, the answers. Yes, cause I ain't about it. I'm not. I'm not. I'm grateful. I'm a survivor. As we was talking about of domestic violence, and the person that's probably tell you they'll survive too. Cause damn, if I'm just let somebody beat up on me, Hell no, I'm gonna try to do the best I can to defend myself, and I ain't going through that. I'm not gonna be. If I gotta fight you to be in love with you, we will not be around each other. That's when I was a teenager and all that mess, and then won't used to no relationship, no civil life. They won't used to just out here just loving wild, just being trying to be with a man and married and all that. Ain't got time. If we gotta fight, we won't. We ain't fighting this bigger issues in the world. Trying to figure out how to make a better society and fix these like this mess like this right here. Where these kids get. If we ain't fighting to do stuff like that, we ain't got nothing to talk about really. Unless I'm giving you some advice to help you grow, brother, then I got to branch off because you're not taking me down there to that level. I ain't going down there no more. Ain't no need in me sleeping with you. Cause if I sleep with you and you on that lower vibration, you gonna take me back or you gonna drain my you energy vampire. I don't want to get to. Yeah, I'm too good for that. I done too much work. You gonna take from me. You gonna take from my energy source, my reservoir that I'm storing up for myself. Oh, I ain't got time for that. You ain't doing no work on yourself, but you wanna lay up here. You eating all kind of food. You looking at porn, entertaining. No, no, thank you. I don't care if you got the high value man status and all that. Get the freak on with that mess, demonic headache mess. I ain't got time for it. I don't. I don't. You gotta have more than money to attract me. Sure do. You sure do. You sure do. I ain't never made no good prostitute would make no good prostitute. I ain't gonna just do anything for no money. I sure ain't. And I don't not nobody that do. Like I said, I love my sisters and my brothers, and I do anything I can to help them without hurting myself. And I have to use spiritual discernment and all that too. But honey, we are connected. We are one. And yes, I'm a survivor. I ain't no better than nobody else, but at the same time, what makes me stand out is I'm working on myself. I'm holding myself accountable. When I don't say things right to my people or whatever, I try to go back and get it right and try to, even if they don't, even say, look, I'm appreciating that you taking accountability for your mess and you ain't no asshole like you used to be. I still try to pat myself on the shoulder and give myself a rose or a cupcake or something because I know I'm a work in progress, but we about to play this again.
To have a scan done to make sure that this person didn't do any damn brain damage or anything like that. Nothing was broken. And I had no one to call except for the person who violated me. Right. And my main focus at that time was, shoot, I don't want my children to be taken. I need someone to be here, but I have to go to the emergency room. I need to do that. But I needed someone there to watch my children. And because I literally had no one to call because their father was the one who had actually beat me up, I ended up calling my father, the person who had violated me as a child. And that actually opened back up the relationship. But it was through trauma, though. Keep that in mind. It was through trauma that I made that phone call and welcomed that person back into my life. And so quite often we end up in the same cycle. You go through these traumas and there's lessons to be learned. This is why we have to learn these vital lessons about not allowing ourselves to be violated in any way by anyone. The moment that they violate you, you cut them off. Cut that shit at the root. Don't feed it. Don't nurture that relationship because you will go on and, continue to place yourself and your children. They'll watch you stay connected to unhealthy people and situations just off the strength of wanting to have someone or feeling like you need to have that person out of fear of being alone, out of fear of taking your journey alone. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times this is the whole agenda of the powers that were too. A lot of the spell work that they put over us, the generational curses, that was a part of it. When they when they kidnapped our people and enslaved them, that was a part of the grooming that they did to teach our people to have incest and to rape one another and to molest one another. Okay. These are the things that was passed down through their perversions to our people.
That's Africa. They went over there. They chased the other people away, raped them and murked them, and enslaved those holy mommy water tribes, the serpent tribes, the Naga tribes, and they inserted themselves in that. That's what they said. She was trying to beat ISIS, some kin of ISIS. So she would go to the temples. You know, they had birthing temples. Those were the holy temples that they put up for the mommy goddess. And they said that Cleopatra would try to do what those sibyls and those oracles did, but she wasn't of that order. But she, just because you might have mixed in with them people and had some of the, genes or whatever, don't mean that you've been you of that order like that. You feel me? Like you can't just force your way into something and think that But she did have a way how to influence them men and get what she wants. So hey, everybody good for some. I don't throw nobody away, but when you start doing a whole lot of stuff like what's going on there with these women, children, and raping these children, and they can't even be safe in the house, it's been going on too long. It's time to get cleaned up. It's time to
But
clean
the
up.
cycles have to be broken. We can't continue to just allow this. And then you go on to have a trauma bonding connection in relationships that are unhealthy. Maybe even attracting people
Right,
who will go on to actually molest your children because you don't pay attention to the red flags. When we live in survival mode and we so
right,
concerned about, oh well, I might not have this person to call, or I might not. What if I have hard times and I need somebody? Oh, okay, well I'm just going to
right.
hold on to this person even though I know they're wrong for me or they're not good for my children. This is the
Right,
cycle that continues to unfold from one generation to another, and this is the time where it needs to come to an end. We are in the age of Aquarius where all truths are being revealed. And we cannot, as a people, continue to remain hush hush like these things are not a massive issue in our community. This ain't no small thing. And I think because for so long we've brushed it underneath the rug, people feel like, well, it must be a small thing if it could be hidden for so many years, for so many generations. But it's not, because it goes on to scar people in ways that you can never imagine. I personally give thanks to the Most High Mother and Father for taking me through my spiritual awakening and my spiritual transformation so that I could come to a place now in my adult years realizing that I don't need none of those people, not even the
right,
ones that continue to have a close bond with the person who violated me.
right.
Any person with common sense would know that if someone does something to your family member, if they murder your family member, if they
And you
rape your
gotta
family
sit.
member, if they rob your family member,
And I seen what these family members help the people that great the people that molesting them better than they help the people that's the victim. I ain't never understood it. I don't seen it. They would help that person that's done mess with all them kids and act like they God of that family. Don't let it be no man. Fuck this shit. They'll lock up the other people, but that person they'll protect them. They will protect. I mean, I ain't never seen nothing. This shit can't be real. For these people, that and then they turn around and talk about other people that do stuff like that they don't know, but they don't realize that they just. But they'll cover for the family members that them, and then somebody got to deal with them kids, cause them kids probably suicidal, on drugs. If not on drugs, they probably having uh complexities about their sexual allergies and sexuality and sexual preferences, and they sitting back here and they still helping the people out that did the stuff and close to them, and and then these people dealing with all this trauma. This shit don't make no sense. Somebody needed. Ooh.
Anybody
Ooh,
that does something that could potentially cause long-term harm or damage to someone that you love, you do not continue a relationship with them.
right.
But you got to recognize that as the chosen seed, because many of you are chosen seeds out there who listen to my messages, and many of you have the same testimony. And you recognize that a lot of those people that were around you truly are karmic family members. And that they signed a contract in past lives to work up against you and to ostracize you and to make you feel less than.
And do it for a piece of bubble gum or nothing. We'll do it for free because they signed contracts on you to take you out while you was a baby and stuff. Then try to make you break you down. And I had dreams about you too. They'll tell you I had a dream that you was not gonna be like everybody else and you was from somewhere. That'd be the main one you better watch. That's the one that signed it. They double signed that damn contract. It ain't funny, but I'm laughing.
And to silence you, so that you would always be the one person that's walking around in family gatherings and things like that, feeling uncomfortable because everybody knows the truth, but no one speaks outwardly or openly about the truth. Everybody's watching you and watching the person that violated you, trying to see, oh, well, I wonder if they're going to talk. I wonder what type of interaction, what type of sick ass shit is that? When are we going to awaken to the fact that there is a serious sickness in the melanated community that needs to be addressed and handled?
Now, as do.
And it's not even about going to the powers that were to get them to take care of these situations. Because yes, a lot of these people, they do deserve to be locked up. But if we don't rely on the system, then we should at least be able to rely on our family members to handle the violators and the perverts. You see what I'm saying? And handle, I mean, hey, whatever type of handling, however that looks for our community, because we got to start exacting justice on our own rather than leaning on the system to do it for us. But again, the sickness that is in the melanated community does not, people don't step up to Uncle Joe for molesting all of his nieces and his daughters and, his sisters. They don't step up to Aunt Susie for molesting the boys in the family and violating them. They don't step up to none of them. Instead, everybody just laughs it off. Oh, they crazy. Oh, that's just Aunt so-and-so. It's sick. And until we all start stepping up and speaking out our truth and no longer remaining silent about this, it's going to continue. But not in my generation. Okay, it's stopping with me right here. My children will not be violated. When I ended up in that very painful situation of being abused by my children's father at that time, and I had to call on the person who violated me, it was very uncomfortable for me. But because I was still asleep in a lot of ways, and because I was still in survival mode, very much so strongly submerged in survival mode and in fear, thinking like, okay, well, this person is here, so I might as well, let them back in my life because look at what's happening. Who else am I going to call on in the event that something happens?
When there's nothing holding you back, what would your thing be?
Do hair relaxers cause cancer in women? Beauty product manufacturers may have put...
I personally was not thinking clearly at that time. But that's all a part of being asleep. And what you don't want to do is blame yourself, because you can't blame yourself for something that you're not consciously aware of. But when you awaken, that's when you hold yourself accountable. And now that I'm no longer in survival mode, I'm no longer in fear. I'm no longer worried about whether or not I have, people that I can call on, because I call on the Most High God. I call on Mother and Father. I call on my spiritual team. And every time I call, I get an answer. Please believe that. But my faith was not strong enough back then for me to recognize that I did not have to maintain unhealthy, uncomfortable relationships with people that had harmed me, or with people that remained close to those that had harmed me. I will walk this path with just myself and my children until the Most High decides to say, okay, you have learned that I got you. So now let me send in your true tribe. Let me send in your true family. Let me send in your true divine partnership. But there's a certain amount of walking alone that you have to do when you experience those types of things, because it teaches you that you do not have to trauma bond, that you do not have to go back and reopen or reawaken unhealthy relationships with people just off the strength that you're afraid of not having anyone that you can call on. The Most High will make you take this journey alone just so that you can learn that. That's a part of what the chosen have to go through. Okay? And
She right, and it's a lonely road, but it's well worth it. You learn that all you needed was yourself, but then, God will send people. The goddess will send people. Big Mama, righteous Father, the answers. They'll send the right people, even if it's for a temporary time to help you. You know what I'm saying? You're not alone. You are not alone. You got your spiritual army, and sometimes, you know what I'm saying. You might have a couple of family members that you can kind of, deal with or whatever, but you got to learn how to be alone and figure it out for yourself. Realize that you will sit here with a purpose, and you got to go through it. You got to go through it to get to the golden age. You got to go through something. It ain't gonna be easy. Life ain't gonna never be easy, but it's possible to get to that place. You know, it ain't gonna always be. Even if we don't, I hope we do, but we making it better. We breaking curses for the future generations. We can't just look at it like, Lord, like I need it right now, and it ain't gonna happen in my generation. And the heck with it. No, we gotta do a work to lay the foundation for the future generations too, because it's too much mess going on. We can't just lay dormant and sit still and look the other way no
it's a
more.
very vital lesson that we all need. And I'm glad that I've been able to take this path alone to the point where, shoot, a lot of those people who remain close to that person, I look at them with a totally different mindset. You see what I'm saying? Because I see that they're still very much so asleep, and that they don't realize the importance of judgment, nor do they value justice on behalf of those who are violated. And that's just not the type of people that I mesh with. You see what I'm saying? I don't care if you so-called blood or not. Blood is an illusion, okay? Because behind all of this, behind this avatar, behind this physical vessel is a spirit. And when you look into the spirit of a person, that's when you realize whether or not they're truly your family. It ain't about blood, y'all. So it's time that y'all start making cuts out there. If you find that you have a similar story to mine and you're sitting up there in an
Y'all hear what she said? She said you look into the spirit, you would tell whether that's your family, because that blood is an illusion. Oh, heard it.
uncomfortable relationship with family members who do not value you, they never spoke out for you, or they still maintain relationships with the person that violated you, don't be afraid to go out here and to be alone, because you are never alone. Don't be afraid to physically remove yourself from unhealthy relationships, because it's going to help you to grow. It will completely transform your life. It will transform your mind. It will transform you spiritually. It will transform the way that you raise your children and the things that you show to your children. It will break generational cycles, y'all. So that's my message. I hope that you all received it well. Please be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment below if you have a similar testimony. And don't be afraid to get out here and speak your truth, because that's what opens up doors. So that's my message for you all. I love you, and I'll talk to you all next time.
That was beautiful. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to be able to share that with y'all, because I don't think this message got shared enough. We are healing as a collective. Even like I said, this haven't happened to you, it's happened to somebody close to you. We are an abused people, that we have been allowing our people to get abused. It's been passed down, like she said, it's cursed. It's time to stop this. It's time to protect the children. It's time to heal, heal each other, and protect the children and stand up. Whatever we gotta do, like I said, I'm about solutions. If it's too radical, hit me up at myyachttemple777 at gmail.com. That's my cash out $ MG777WUGGAG. Contact me for information if you want to talk to me, counseling, whatever. I do this. Like I'm not just up here. I do this for real. I've been doing this. Like been doing it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm trying to get my stuff put together so I can show you on my other channel what I actually be doing out here for real, for real. So like I said, this is my Yachts Temple, Moon Goddess 777. Support our organization. And I am about to be out. I'm coming right back though. But I love y'all. I send y'all healing, unconditional love, wholeness. I know this might have triggered some people. We have to talk about these difficult have these difficult conversations because y'all, this is still going on. It has to stop. It has to stop. It has to stop. Because our children, they don't deserve this at all. Nope.
You know, it's such a bright and sunny day. Everything just feels so good today. You know what I'm saying? I just see a new light. You know what I'm saying? I can see the trees. I'm not blind anymore. Since I met you, Jesus Christ. See, there's a smile on my face that comes from within, from up above. I've been so alone. Yeah. I've been so let down. Some of my closest family and friends, they could not be found. Yeah. I called on them day and night, got no answer. They didn't help me out, but when I called on Jesus, his line was clear. Answer my call and wiped away every one of my tears. He held me in his strong, tender arms and loved me so well, gentle and warm. Gave me his peace that comes from within. Loose my shackles and set me free from sin. Everything is so brand new. Yeah. Everything it feels just fine. Oh, fine. Since I met you, Jesus Christ, everything is so divine. Oh, got into some trouble, yeah, that I wasn't looking for. No, I called myself a lawyer. He looked at my chart and said, ain't nothing I can do for you. But then I called on attorney Jesus. He took my case and touched the judge's mind. See, my God, he worked out all of my time. The doctor in the sick room in jail, he will go your best. He heals the sick and raise the dead. 5,000 he fed with a little bit of fish and bread. He'll do for you what you will allow him to do. That's why I can say, yeah, everything is so brand new. Everything, it feels just fine. Since I met you, Jesus Christ, yeah, everything is so divine. Yeah, everything is so brand new. It's so brand new. Jesus. I love you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus. You are my Lord. You pick me up. You turn me around. You place my feet on solid ground. I no longer worry. I no longer fret. 'Cause I know that you never failed me yet. I met you, Jesus. I met you, Jesus. I met you, Jesus. I met you, Jesus. You've been so good. You've been so good. You've been so good to me. You've been so good to me. Jesus Christ, since I met you, Jesus. I love you since I met you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus. You are my Lord. You are my Savior. Since I met you.
This has been Moon Goddess 777, y'all. I'm sending y'all healing, unconditional love, balance, wholeness, protection, and ascension. Yeah, that's my baby right there. I have a whole catalog, but that first song right there, they told me they would never play it on the radio. They played on the radio. I opened up for so many famous artists. It got me in the studio. Then I was gonna record with some big time people. I recorded that song, and they recorded some other songs for me, but I didn't have the rights to the music, but I wrote the songs. But this song is I did the beat and everything. I got the rights to the beat and everything. But I'm gonna be releasing some more stuff like soon. It's not over. I'm just grateful. Like it's a testimony because this song right here was picked as a new artist pick, and I had plenty of people to tell me when I performed it. They said, "Man, that song is just telling my story." So y'all don't never give up on yourself. And I wrote that song when I was on Tobacco Road in my kitchen. I wrote it, and then the music came later on. Sometimes I'll write a song and I hear the music at the same time. I'm grateful. But y'all, this has been Moon Goddess 777. Like I said, don't give up on yourself. Go within, work on yourself, heal, love yourself. You can make it. It don't matter what you've been through. It ain't nothing ain't already been done under the sun. You can rebuild yourself. You're an alchemist. You can heal yourself. You can restore yourself. All you have to do is just believe and speak it into existence. And it may not happen overnight, but the London Bridge won't build overnight either. And you are a work in progress. This has been Moon Goddess 777. Support our organization, Mayat's Temple Healing and Unconditional Love. I'll see y'all again in a little bit. Peace out.